Tiger Woods is closing the door on golfing at the highest level full time. It's been nearly a year since he lost control of his vehicle in California, suffering multiple fractures in his right leg from that accident. Here's Woods in an exclusive interview with Golf Digest, his first since that wreck.
This time around, I don't think I'll have the body to climb Mount Everest, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I can't participate in the game of golf. I can still, maybe if my leg gets good enough, maybe kick off a tournament here or there.
Hmm.
But as far as climbing the mountain, get all the way to the top, I don't think that's a realistic expectation of me.
Let's talk about this fascinating interview with Golf Digest staff writer Dan Rappaport. I mean, Dan, that's a lot for Tiger Woods to grapple with, that he, may never win again.
It's a lot to grapple with, and I think it's remarkable how at peace he seems to be with his new reality. With Tiger, he's had all these injuries in the past, but it's always been, I'm doing what I can. I'm getting back to the top. I'm just gotta put one piece in front of another, one foot in front of another, and eventually I'll be there. But now it's different. I think this injury had a really profound impact on him, and it really seems like he understands that his time as the game's dominant player, as the alpha male of golf, is likely over, and he's okay with that. And I think that's remarkable for someone who's as competitive as Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it's incredibly remarkable. And also, he clearly has so far to go still. I want to listen to part of what he said about his journey to recovery.
I have so far to go. I mean, this is just, if you thought where it was the beginning, I'm not even at the halfway point. I have so much more muscle development and nerve development that I have to do in my leg. At the same time, as you know, I've had 5 back operations. So I'm having to deal with that. So as the leg gets stronger, sometimes the back may act up.
I mean, he's a very young man to be in so much pain,
Yeah, he's young by some standards, but his body, I'm sure, doesn't feel very young. And Tiger's 45. He's had 5 surgeries on his back, and he's had surgeries on his knee. And I think now he just realizes that his body is kind of tapping out. It's saying, I don't know if I can do this anymore. He said in that interview that when he pushes his leg too hard, sometimes his back goes out. It's all interconnected, and he just doesn't have the ability, I don't think, anymore to get to the gym enough to produce a body that is going to withstand the physical pressure of playing on the PGA Tour. And I know when I say that, some people cringe. They think it's just golf, but you got to walk up and down hills, and it's hot, and you're sweating, and it's 4 days in a row, and you're out there for 5 hours. He posted that swing video, one swing, and I think everyone thought, oh, he's coming back. But hitting balls on a perfectly flat range that you probably drove his cart to is a lot different from playing on the PGA Tour. And like he said, he just doesn't have the body anymore to climb Mount Everest, and he's okay with that. It's sad, but it's also sort of uplifting that he seems so content with his new reality.
Yeah, it's a lot of force on the body, the torque of that swing. And Dan, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you about Lee Elder, who passed away this past Sunday, and just recognize how groundbreaking he was, the first black golfer to play at the Masters at a club where they didn't have black members until the 90s. This is quite a legacy he leaves behind.
Yeah, there's an old fable. We don't know if it's actually true, but there's a story that the founder of Augusta National said, as long as I am alive, all the players here will be white and all the caddies will be black. So it wasn't just that he was the first black man to play in the Masters, which is the most famous golf tournament in the world. It's that he did it at Augusta National, a place with such a dark racial history. And it's kind of a shame that the Tiger interview and news dropped yesterday, because Lee Elder really deserves his due. He deserved all the credit and all the honors that he got. And it's a damn shame that it took Augusta National until last year, when the man was 86 years old, he could hardly move, and to honor him with that ceremonial first tee shot, that he couldn't actually hit the tee shot because he was struggling so much physically. So he's a trailblazer, he's an absolute legend, and he's the one who set the path for players like Tiger Woods to play on the PGA Tour. So his legacy will not be forgotten, and he's a true trailblazer in the game of golf.
Yeah, I tried to think about it like that. That is the connection in a way, right? So many people have stood on Lee Elder's shoulders, including Tiger Woods, and you can draw a line, and it's really an amazing thing as we remember Lee Elder.